Thanks very much for inviting me today. I'm here for a reason. We're raising money. We're raising 1.5 million from the market, mainly from venture capitalists and strategic financiers, but also from angels. We have, as a company, over 500 shareholders who we've accumulated through crowdsourcing, and we're looking for more. AgeWage is a company I started in 2018. It is a startup. We only have 5 full-time employees. We were accelerated by NatWest. We won lots of awards. We went into the FCA sandbox. We came out of it. We're now directly authorized, and our innovation has been recognized in the UK by a number of people, including government. The UK pension market is, as Joanne was saying, not the easiest or the best. One of the reasons for that is it's very messy. It's full of different types of pension schemes, defined benefit schemes, defined contribution schemes, self-invested personal pensions, you name it, we've got it. But in the space which I'm most interested in, which is called the workplace pension space, which is governed by auto-enrollment, we already have over £1 trillion worth of assets, and we have 27 million pension savers. The problem is that those pension savers get a new pension every time they change jobs. So when people get to retirement, they have on average 9 pensions. And we have about 650,000 people who reach retirement each year. And the real worry is that the vast majority of them aren't taking any advice on what they're doing, and they're making terrible mistakes. For instance, we know that 20 billion of that £1 trillion is currently lost to savers simply because they can't find it, and they need a way to find their pensions, combine them, and manage their retirement income. Providers are required to assess value for money by their regulators and to measure their data to ensure that it's got sufficient quality to go onto what we call pension dashboards, an innovation that's occurring not next year, but the year after that, when we finally get what we call open pensions, which is a subset of open banking made available to us via the Open Finance Initiative. And employers, of whom there are now over 1 million participating in auto-enrollment, or as Joanne called it, the nest, are looking for management information about these pensions they're funding. And what is common to everyone is they're not getting this information. And even the chief economist of the Bank of England has confessed to not being able to make the remotest sense of his pensions. A real problem with information, ladies and gentlemen, an information gap which we hope to plug. And we hope to plug it with something which we call the AgeWage Value for Money score. I'll come on to this in a second, but you might think it's fanciful, but a startup, only 2 years old, can hope that every UK pensioner can receive an annual AgeWage score. The reality is we think it's going to happen. And that's because the government has got behind us and is actually introducing our methodology into legislation in June of this year. That's next month, with a view to being implemented in October of this year. So what we are doing and innovating is actually having a marked effect on the UK market. Now, what I want to explain is what this value for money score is. What it is it's like an experience score. If you know about credit ratings, it basically tells you how your pension has done out of 100 based on management information that you are able to get from your provider, your contribution history, the size of your pension pot, giving you something called an internal rate of return, which we benchmark against our average internal rate of return to give you this score. This has been validated by 2.5 million pension pots, which have been analysed already. Our target by the end of this year is to be above 5 million pension pots. And what we are able to do with these scores is show them to people on our own pensions dashboard, which allows people to compare the various pensions they've got and establish which is best so that they can combine these pensions. And we also help them to find these pensions. And most importantly, we help people to spend their pensions wisely. We have a range of services which we're offering to the market, not just the consumer services, which I've been talking about, but services on a business-to-business basis so that providers and employers can understand in aggregate how their savers in their workplace pensions are doing. And we are providing information to the market to help them to design products by using the data which we're collecting to enable them to model the results of the various activities they're up to, including fund management. Our value for money analytics are used by something in the region of 57 large employers, 12 insurers, and several what are called master trusts. These are trusts which have been established specifically for the purpose of auto-enrollments. We also provide risk-adjusted performance metrics, and we also provide data auditing to the business market so that data is cleansed and able to be available via the Open Pensions Initiative on Pensions Dashboard. So those are the sort of user cases of AgeWage. As I said before, we are raising money, but we've already raised nearly £500,000 on just an idea back in 2019. We co-created the UK's first pension index with a company called Morningstar, some of you may have heard of. We launched our B2B product and so far assessed over 2.5 million pots, and we've tested our DCE product in the FCA sandbox. So far this year, we've generated revenue of £130,000. Actually, that's up to £190,000 as of today's date. And we've established relations with providers which give us access to about 30% of the available markets. We've created a community of over 10,000 members in our AgeWage LinkedIn group, which all of you are very welcome to join. And I've given you a list of the kind of organizations who we work for. They're laid out below. We're now ready to launch our workplace and consumer products and scale up to the next level. And here I finish with a quick description of how we have developed so far from basically a nothing at the back end of 2018 to what we are today. What we're looking for is to accelerate. And if any of you are interested in investing with us, please get in touch with me. If you're not interested in investing with us, but interested in the kind of work we're doing for the UK market, please also get in touch with me on this address, because we're very keen to expand our work beyond the shores of UK. We are not the kind of provincial Brexiteers that you might think us to be. We have interest in speaking your language, and I'm very grateful that you're listening to this in my language, because great admiration for all those who can speak not in their mother tongue so well today. With that, I will stop and allow you to ask any questions of me that you like, and please do.